Hello and welcome to Spin That Shit. I'm your host Steven, and today is part two of our vinyl collection update. So you know the drill, uncut, unscripted, whatever. Just 10 minutes on that timer, and we go through and talk about all the guys in our collection and why they're there and why they're awesome. So without further ado, let's get this guy going. And whew, all right. So we left off with Lessons to Ill, going right into Paul's Boutique. This is the reissue on. Ugh, it's got this like really awesome quad gatefold, super cool. And if you actually can get two copies of this and you link like the front with the back, it's an actual like panoramic, super cool packaging. And this is just a great album. This is like the first like alternative hip hop album. Just because this is really early hip hop's history, and this is the first time where it was like super conceptual and super like just overall like driven by something crazier than just I'm gonna make some dope ass beats. Really solid. Easier to listen to front to back than probably Lessons to Ill, just because it's like super single driven. Even though I like Lessons to Ill like a little bit more, I know this is the better album, like just hands down. Let's see what we got next. Oh, we're in the Beatles section, and starting up with my favorite album of all time, the Beatles' White Album. And this is the mono reissue. Just because I feel like Beatles reissues are the best things ever, and I can't really listen to basically anything other than the reissues because they just sound so good, and I want my Beatles to sound really crisp, and I can't do that on used copies unless I want to fork out like $150. Not down with that. But the White Album, I can talk for days on the White Album and how essentially it's like a musical interpretation of human emotion and all that, and just be super pretentious and annoying. But I'm just gonna leave it with it's my favorite album of all time, with my favorite song of all time, Blackbird. And just if you haven't listened to this guy front to back, if you haven't listened to this guy at all, please do. Then we got one of the first records I ever got. Actually, it is one of the first because it was in a. When I first got a record player, it was like my grandma's old like all-in-one thing. And then my aunt had like basically like not stolen, but like asked like, "Hey, can Steven have this?" And she's like, "Sure, whatever." Brought that over, got a few records from some record store, and in that kind of like first stack was the Beatles' "Hey Jude." If you don't know about this guy, essentially, it was just they had compiled a bunch of singles along with the release of "Hey Jude" that weren't on any previous albums, that were just kind of promo singles. And threw it on an album, and it's really good. Because it's just really good singles that were put on an album. Because you got "Hey Jude," "Revolution," "Paperback Writer," "Lady Madonna," which is one of my favorite Beatles songs, "Can't Buy Me Love," "Don't Let Me Down," "Ballad of John and Yoko," which I hate Yoko, but good song, "Rain," which is also one of my favorites, and "Old Brown Shoe," which is fun. Just a really great kind of like compilation album, and something that I can't bring myself to ever get rid of. Next, one of my favorites, "Magical Mystery Tour," and this guy is just I didn't appreciate it at first, and then I listened to it more and more, and had more and more listens, and I got more into like weird shit. And I just started loving this thing, and this is of course another reissue. I think this is a stereo reissue, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it really says, unless I take it out of the thing, whatever. And it has that really cool kind of like booklet with stories on there, and it's just kind of like a response to basically everyone saying that everyone looking too deep in their lyrics or whatever, and they're like, you know what, fuck you, we'll make this. And it's just a really great album. You got Blue Jay Way, which is a perfect song. I Am the Walrus, Hello Goodbye, Strawberry Fields Forever, Penny Lane, and All You Need Is Love, because you do. That's all you need. It's a really solid album, and something that I never appreciated until I just kind of got into weird shit. Can't go wrong. And then one of my favorites, not really everybody else's favorite, but mine, Rubber Soul. I love Rubber Soul. And like I said, all these guys are going to be reissues. And this thing just has so many amazing tracks. You got Drive My Car, Norwegian Wood, Nowhere Man, You got Michelle, which is one of my favorites. And in my life, you can't go wrong with this album. This is one of the more acoustic-driven albums, but there's nothing wrong with this thing in my opinion. All these, it's just one of those really great kind of like mood pieces that you can throw on and just kind of chill. Like if I don't have really like any idea of what I want to play, this usually goes on. And yep, last in the Beatles section. Still need to buy more, of course. Um, but you know, money and time. Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. There's nothing wrong with this guy either. And I really dig conceptual albums and kind of like ones that like one song ends, the other song begins, flows through kind of thing. Super solid. There's, I mean, like this great concept album. You got the title track on here, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Let's see. Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite is fucking genius that you can make a song about like a fucking carnival flyer. Within You, Without You is my favorite on here. And then you also get When I'm 64, close second, but so good. It's adorable. And then the last song, A Day in the Life, really fucking trippy. I love this thing. I love the cover art. I love the mixing. Everything here is perfect. And now we're going into my Elemento. Yeah. Sorry, just talking about my sorting. Beck's Mellow Gold, and this is actually the Bongloader reissues that came out last year. And I actually have, you can see this, I have number 5 of 2016 because of my awesome former manager, Jill. She's like, you seem like the kind of person that really would give a shit about that. And I'm like, yes. Because I was looking through the system and I'm like, hey, you know, maybe we have some things I can order through Beck. And apparently it's like, oh shit, they're randomly reissuing like colored variants this weekend. Holy shit, I want to save those. And I ended up saving them. And this guy's on this really awesome, like black and burgundy. This super cool. And 5 out of 2016. That's probably the earliest variant of anything that I have. And I am eternally grateful to Jill, who was one of the best managers ever for that. And then, in addition to that, we also got the one that I really wanted more so, Olé! And this is before they announced the what's it called? The Vinyl Me Please reissue. But after he announced that he was just going to reissue in general. And it's on this awesome, they call it like Sky colored vinyl. This really great sunburst. This blue marbling. So good. So good. And it sounds fantastic. Whenever, is it Devil's Haircut that starts us off? Yes. Whenever Devil's Haircut starts off, you go fucking crazy. I mean, it's just, it rocks. It fucking rocks. Alright. Next. Oh. Can't go wrong with the George Benson collection. One of the few greatest hits that I'm cool with. Just because, as much as I love George Benson to death, and it's enough for me to keep this record in my collection, a lot of his records were kind of like he had really great songs and kind of just like things that sounded the same. But it's still a really good record. You got Beverly Hills Cop soundtrack. I got this guy because we were doing basically what you do over at Zia is because we're a trading thing. We could accept things and just give you kind of like compensation for them, but we're not gonna like give you full price because sometimes they're shit. And it's whether we have overstock of certain products or sometimes they just look like shit. But I was out there smashing records and I saw this guy and I'm like, I want this. And so I went over to my manager. I'm like, hey, can I keep these? He's like, no, but I can sell it to you for $1. And I'm like, fair enough. And this thing was clean too. Like, it's fantastic. It's just, apparently, we just couldn't make a lot of money off of these guys. And it's probably because they printed them to all hell in the 80s. But it sounds so fantastic. And what was it? Axel F? The Beverly Hills Cop theme, forget about it. Fantastic. Oh, Black Keys, Rubber Factory. Come on, this thing is fantastic. I mean, there's nothing particularly wrong about this album. A lot of people say that this is the best album they've ever made. The next guy after this is my personal favorite. But I will say, like, in terms of, like, just making albums, and mixing and all that kind of stuff, this is probably their best. My favorite, though, is Thick Freakness. Thick Freakness is, in my opinion, the album you need to have on vinyl, just because they made this in one afternoon in like the basement of some place in Ohio, and it's just like just a normal sound mixing system, a normal amplifier, drums. Oh, we're just gonna finish this up. Drums and a guitar, and having this Pat Carney and Dan Auerbach are masters at their crafts, and just I mean, let's see. The title track is amazing. Hard Row is my favorite on here. Midnight in Her Eyes. Let's see. If You See Me, really great. Hold Me in Your Arms, and then the cover of, I forgot the original artist, but the Sonics. They have Love Will Travel. The cover of Have Love Will Travel on this thing is kind of the greatest thing ever. But yeah, that's part 2 of my vinyl collection. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to spin that shit.